Hey guys, Jeff Kamke here with Wealth Energetics. Hey, I wanted to share a little bit about my background and my story so you get to know me a little bit better and know kind of where I've come from and how I've gained the expertise to be sharing wealth strategies with you and talk about transformation in your life. So my story really begins back like fifth grade, sixth grade, where I developed cystic acne really bad throughout middle school, throughout high school. It was a really demoralizing time in my life. I was picked on a lot on the bus on the way to school in sixth grade that, has lasted a lasting mark on my confidence and took me into my adult years to really regain that and be able to communicate and talk with people. And well, while I was going through high school, I had been on Accutane and all the different antibiotic regimens to deal with it. And there was always something like deep down inside of me that just never resonated with that methodology of handling a health issue. And by the time I got out of high school, there was a TV infomercial in 2004. You guys might remember this. It was Kevin Trudeau, natural cures they don't want you to know about. And there was a phrase in that video that stood out and resonated to my core. It was, you don't have a headache because you have an aspirin deficiency. And I'm like, that is so true. Like, why have my dermatologist not been talking to me at that level? And so basically that that situation, I realized that my acne was not because I had an Accutane deficiency. There was something deeper going on. So I bought the book, read the book, and I hated reading, but I read that book in like 2 or 3 days and started implementing some of the things that I learned in there. And I realized that the acne wasn't just like pixie dust or bad genetics or God hated me or something like that. Like it was because of the things that I was eating and the environmental factors in my life. I was in lawn care, breathing in fumes around oil and gas. And my body was trying to discard toxins through the skin, which is like the biggest detoxification surface area you have outside of your normal filtering organs like your liver and all those types of things. And so I changed my diet. I did cleanses, and literally in 2 weeks, it was all gone. My allergies also virtually disappeared. It was amazing. It was my first cognition that, oh my gosh, there's a whole other world out there. So I spent many years studying natural health and learning all about that. Then I got invited by Kevin Trudeau to join a private organization that taught personal development, law of attraction. I studied in that group at a master's degree level. I mean, I immersed myself for several years and spent the equivalent of what a degree would cost in understanding how the mind works. And through that, I got certified in several alternative health techniques, bioenergetic techniques on how to help accelerate not only how the body functions, but how our brain is limiting us from creating the reality that we want. And I've helped people in that regard all along. I've also maintained a lawn and landscape business as well. So I'm entrepreneur at heart. And it wasn't until after I met my beautiful wife and we were married for about 6 months, we were down in Florida for a bioenergetic seminar that we were going to the night before we got hit on foot by a car and totally changed our world, right? And because of that, we of course in debt for a while because we lived off credit cards until insurance paid out and all that kind of stuff. It was a nightmare of a time. And I was so demoralized once we had our son because I felt like I had to earn 3 times as much money just to get ahead. I had to pay off our debt, I had to put food on the table, and I had to prepare for a future with a family that I'm not responsible for. Like, how overwhelming is that? And I just never resonated with the traditional money route that we're always taught. Mutual funds, 401ks, Roth IRAs, all this cool stuff that was supposed to be, this 30, 40-year track. You're going to be this multimillionaire and live this great life. But it wasn't doing anything for me in the moment. It didn't help me in that moment to do anything. It was really actually made it worse, thinking I've got to put all this money away just for retirement and I can't get out of the situation I'm in. And so a client of mine at the time in my bioenergetic business that I had met through the personal development organization, she was an accountant. I ultimately got connected with how to use money in a different way, learned how to use life insurance in the way that the wealthy are using it, not the way that the middle class is trained to use it, and how my money was going to become more efficient for me. And it was this way out, and it was something that resonated deep with me. So I love natural health. I love personal development. I love bioenergetics. And now I love helping people on the wealth side because I've seen how holistic all these things are for people. We have people all the time that we're talking to that they need help with their finances, but they also need help fixing this, our thoughts. our energy. And I don't mean our physical energy, like we can go run a marathon. I'm talking about the energetic field around our body that is really what controls everything. That's where we have to eliminate the blocks that you hear about. We have mental blocks, subconscious blocks, and we have to understand that we have neurology and we have energetics, and that stuff all plays into how we're showing up in our life and how we're performing in our life, and are we getting to where we want to go. And so I have a really unique skill set being in those other worlds, combining it with money and financial strategies, how to use our money more efficiently and what to do to put money to work so our money is actually working for us, so we're not always working for money. It's an amazing skill set, and I can help clients very holistically with whatever challenges they have, being able to get their mind right and also address the financial aspects that they want, so they can be aligning their money with their goals, their vision, the values and beliefs that they have about how they see the world, about what they want to do, how they want to help people, what their purpose is, all those things. Because we live in such a world where we segment everything, and we don't live in a segmented world. Everything is holistic. Our relationships affect our money affects our health affects our relationships. It's all combined. And if we have areas of our life that are suffering and need extra attention or need to be healed, we can help with that. So if you resonate with this message, I encourage you to click subscribe if this is on YouTube. Follow me for more content. I'm going to be going into a lot of content on around all these topics. I'll be doing podcasts where I'm interviewing other experts in various aspects of these various parts of our life. And so if you want to know more, visit my website, wealthenergetics.money. We have a lot of great content on there. You can learn how to talk with us further. So with that, I want to thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you real soon. Take care.